Good morning, everybody. You know, most people think that when it comes to life, particularly when it's about working hard, the grind is the actual hard part. It's the workouts, the continuous miles, those early mornings when you gotta wake up, get the legs on the ground, regardless of how heavy they are, and even if the alarm feels kind of personal. But here's the thing. The grind isn't really the pain. The grind is the repetition, the monotony. It's the same loop, the same track, the same drive, the same stretch of road, day after day, week after week. There's no applause when you're in the loop. There's no finish line that you can see. That's where it gets draining, and that's where you begin to fade. Because the grind doesn't ask for talent. It asks for your patience. I've seen it over and over again, and I've experienced it time and time again. Athletes, coworkers, we love race day, we love the weekend. But we struggle with the Sunday scaries, waking up early on Monday, then the Tuesday, Thursday, finally we're getting there. They want to see the breakthrough without the boredom. They want to have the result before we put in the work. But progress doesn't live in that highlight reel. There's no montage. It lives in that quiet struggle, the quiet miles. Anyone can show up when it's exciting and it's fun. Very few show up when it's just ordinary. That's why I call it an art. Because learning how to grind without losing joy, without burning out, without becoming bitter, that takes practice and patience. When I coach, I try to teach my runners that every rep has value. Not because it's special, but because it's not. Consistency will always beat intensity in the long run. I've been thinking about when we get to the middle of the seasons, middle of the school year, when we're in the dead of winter at work, waking up when it's still cold, trying to get ourselves out the door after barely getting ourselves out of bed. That's when the grind really comes. We're doing it for our families. We're doing it for trying to get ourselves in a better situation. I think back to when I had to wake up early because I was training really, really hard for Chicago Marathon. It's one of the majors. And I woke up early before one day of work. And I have to head out to a track with no lights, and I had to do mile repeats. And I did the mile repeats a little faster than I was comfortable with. But I knew I needed to do it if I wanted to get to the time that I wanted to run. Spoiler warning, I didn't actually get the time I wanted because things didn't pan out. But the workout showed me that I was more than capable of getting the time because I woke up and I showed up for that day. Even in the pitch black, while I'm running around that dark track before work, I hit my times again and again and again. That experience changed how I view the grind and how I coach it. You can't just settle for what is easy or thinking that, I'm just going to get through it because it's hard. Because this isn't just about running. Life has its own grind. The routines, they don't get noticed by everybody. Sometimes you barely start to notice them. But on a bad day, you're going to notice it. The responsibilities that don't come with the recognition. That's where people start asking, is this even working? Am I doing a good job? You are, by the way. You're doing a fantastic job. And here's what I've learned from all this. And it's what I try to share with my students, my athletes, and my friends. This grind is where you are actually building your identity. It's your perseverance. Not on race day, not on presentation day, not while you're running that meeting. It's not the spotlight that really gets your identity going, but in the moments where you choose discipline over comfort. Each day that you're doing this, it stacks, it builds up. Every decision and small little work that you did, it's compounding. It's making you better, and you may not notice it, but you're going to notice it after a while. Recently, I had the opportunity to really start training with my athletes again. Last year, I did the Coach's Mile, really embarrassed myself. And I tried to hold my head up high, and I think I did. But still, deep in my gut, I was embarrassed. Very, very disappointed in my. And so we're trying to do a workout the other day. And it's cold. It's windy. And it's just simply some 200 efforts. And I'm running. And I'm trying to go faster. And I can't go any faster. And I'm still getting tired before I even finish. I'm thinking to myself, I'm supposed to do this for 7 more weeks and actually get faster and get better. How did I do this all through high school and all through college? How do I do these long miles? Are the long miles actually easier than these fast, short 200s? But the truth is, I know that it works. I know that believing in the process works. I know that my process works. I've had the opportunity to coach some pretty stellar athletes. So I just need to believe in myself, just like I tell my athletes. But here's the issue that I have right now. I tell my athletes if they don't believe in themselves, I ask them if they believe in me. And a lot of times they say, yeah, I believe in you, coach. I say, perfect. Well, I believe in you. So since you believe in me and I believe in you, you're going to do it. Trust me. And ultimately, because of that patience and trust that they showed, they can do it. So I'm really trying hard to remember for myself that trust and that patience that I need to have, because that's the art. Learning to respect the grind, the process. I'm trying to lean into it. I'm trying to find purpose in the process instead of just rushing past it. And right now, I'm in the middle of it. We're all right in the middle of it. It's winter time right now. I know in Wyoming it doesn't really feel like it because we haven't had too much snow. But right now, we're really getting that cold wind. That's really crushing us right now. So we're going to feel that ordinary day, that repetitiveness, and the heaviness of this grind of wishing that we could hurry up and get to summer. But we can't underestimate these times. This is the work. This is where the growth happens. We do not have to be perfect. We just need to keep showing up, because the grind isn't something that we are trying to survive or it's something that you are supposed to survive. It's something that's shaping us. And if we stay with it long enough, we're going to realize the grind didn't break us. It helped build us. And now because of that, we can run free, run fierce, and run wild.